track of your daily tasks, organize multiple lists, and track important deadlines with Google Task. You can create and update your task from Gmail, Google Calendar, and the Task mobile app. Task synchronizes across all your devices, so your list and tasks go with you. Please note that you have to be in the new Gmail to access Task. First, let's open Task. I'm in my Gmail, and over on the right-hand side, you're going to notice that I have a series of icons. My third icon is my task icon. When I click on my task icon, it's going to open up my task list. So if I want to add a list, I'm first going to drop down the arrow next to my task, and you'll notice at the bottom that I can create a new list. So I can have multiple lists on there. When I click create a new list, it's going to ask me to give a title to that list. So I'm going to say example, and then I can click done. Once it's created my list, now I'm able to add a task to it. When I create my tip, I can come over to the pencil to the right, and that allows me to edit the details. I can add details if there's something that I want to note in there. This is also where I can change my task and put it on a different list if I'd like to. And I also can add a date. Notice at the bottom that you're able to add subtasks. So if I want to add a subtask for my task, I can say, and now I have a subtask. I can arrow back, and we can see my task, and indented underneath it would be my subtask. If I want to switch list, I go back up to my task, drop down the arrow, and I can switch my list. I'm going to go back to my task list. I want to show you on here. For instance, in my task, one of the things that I keep track of sometimes are articles that I want to read. So if I click on the edit details, if I want to move that, I have a to read list. I can move that to a different list. And when I go back, it removes it from my task list and puts it on my to read list. Once you have a list, you can modify that list by going to the three dots in the upper hand corner, and you can sort by my order, which allows you to drag and drop things where you would like them to be, or you can switch them to date. You also have the options to rename your list. I can delete all completed tasks. And then an important part I want to point out to you is that there are lots of keyboard shortcuts that are associated with tasks. So check those out if you're trying to make sure that you're being efficient with your task. If I have a list that doesn't have anything on it, it will give me the ability to delete the list. But since I have tasks on these, as a matter of fact, I have a lot of tasks on here, it's not going to give me the chance to delete this. Google Tasks can also be accessed from your calendar. It's going to look a little bit different. So we're in my calendar right now, and I have to make sure that my task calendar is turned on. So when I click on that box, it brings up my task. It does look a little bit different than what you saw in Gmail. You do have actions, and this gives you the ability to do those subtasks, view your completed tasks, sort by due dates. And then you can switch your list if you come over to the three dots on the right-hand side, and you can switch to the different list that you have created. Google Task is also a mobile app that I would highly recommend getting for your phone. What a great way on the go to add those important tasks. Get it done with Google Tasks.